A little too close up there. Okay, so I don't know if this is coming out right or not. Ah, let me get it. I think I put it in vertical. I think it's in vertical. Hang on, technical difficulties, my friends. Oh, God, come on. Quit playing with me. In the meantime, you can turn it around. All you're seeing is my cluttered closet. Oh, jeez. Oh, please, can I start over again? Um, hey, honestly, my closet. I've been working on it. You can see it still needs a lot of work. Anyway, why is this not staying put? It's not, though. So anyway, while I am dances with cameras, why I'm having these wonderful problems. What the heck? Okay, gonna be that way. I cannot believe. What the heck? Okay. How on earth is it that this thing will be fine 1 minute and completely toast the next? And I don't understand it. Hi, I'm coming to you sideways. I'm coming to you sideways. And it won't stay up any other way. It's like, what are you doing, you crazy freaking camera? Okay, I guess this is just the way. Is there any way to change the orientation? No, not once you get in here. I don't think so. I don't think there is. So, I am coming to you sideways today. Unless somebody can help me. Hit me, somebody. I'm, I'm hanging off the wall. Oh my gosh. I'm climbing the walls. Can you tell I'm kind of, the whole thing is, I'm trying to do this really quickly. I'm trying to get in here really quickly. Can you tell I'm kind of, the whole thing is, I'm trying to do this really. Yeah, that's me checking on my phone. Sorry, but I guess I'm going to be kind of. I cannot get it to just stop moving around. Stop! Okay. This is the closest I can get it without. Okay, that's the closest I can get it. Yeah. Well, this is the best it gets. I'm sorry. Um, okay. I wanted to hurry up and give you this news while it was fresh because it came to me. while I was doing something else, and I thought, I don't have a show planned. This is going to be a private, uploaded private to a private show, so you're only going to see this live unless I put it unlisted, set it unlisted on the way out or something. So it's going to be us. Hi, Gemini Moon. Hi, Jackie. Hi, Off the Hook. And the Groove. Hello. So we got some of the gentlemen coming in, maybe. F Kitty is in here. Cool. Okay, we have a few people. I'm going to drum up a little bit. Let's see if we can drum up some of the others. I came on really abruptly. I know this is really weird. But life has been really weird, so, you know. Okay, let's start with some drumming. Mother, I send my roots down, send my roots down, till I feel the beating of your heart. Mother, I send my roots down, send my roots down, till I feel the beating of your heart. And I feel love coming right back to me. I feel love coming right back to me. I send my branches up, send my branches up, till I feel your energy. Father, I send my branches up, send my branches up, till I feel your energy. I feel love coming right back to me. I feel love coming right back to me. I know I'm a child of the earth and the sky. I feel love. Yes, I know I'm a child of the earth and the sky. I feel love. I feel love coming right back to me. I feel love coming right back to me. Coming right back. I'm calling you guides that what I say might help somebody in some way. Let me speak the truth as I know it is, as best I can. As you may know, yeah, maybe that's why I cannot get this thing to straighten out. Opti says, our world's about to turn over. Yeah, it's about to do some serious shifting. And I think I see, not sure that this is one of the scenarios, one of the timelines, and it's a timeline I should warn you of. Just brace yourself. If this happens, it's gonna get dicey. It's gonna get dicey. As some of you may know, okay, there's a lot of things going on, first of all. A lot. I'm going to start with something maybe a little closer to home. The water is disappearing so fast. I think what I'm hearing is there's going to be an attack on our water supply. Get ready. In some areas it'll be worse than others. We're very wet here, so I live in a wetlands. We may not have it so hard because there's an artesian well involved with us, but yeah, it kind of looks like. The other thing is they are really, I need you guys to consider, please, talking to the nature spirits in your area. Talk to the storm beings, talk to the clouds, talk to the weather beings, because it looks like a bunch of stuff is trying to happen at once. Okay, pandemonium. And it's because they're so desperate. We've got some very, very desperate people. And some very desperate things that aren't really people. If you take my meaning. Hey, Mark the Arc Spark. How you doing? Did anybody else come in? Okay, so it's not looking really good. But we're going to be protected as long as we do what we know to do. Okay, but some of us, we're being called to do what we know to do. I mean, I'm going to do what I've been trained for, obviously. Okay? Once again, I don't think it's going to be like, they're trying to make a superstorm. We've got to forestall that. Now, I'm told that will be prevented, but I think that we're part of the prevention. Let's face it, what is a white hat? You know, somebody working for the good. We're in there, we're in the ring with, you know. So, that's one thing. There's, looks like, okay, I've noticed this. There's been an attack on our food supply, you know that. Okay. Right, we will join together with the band. Right. Stay strong, corruption won't prevail, and New York is corrupt. Yes, it is very. I will be talking about New York carefully, very carefully. But I will be talking about New York. Um, mhm. uh, it's not a time for fear. It's a time to be clear. Don't be scared, be prepared, as they say. Fear is not your friend. They're attacking the meat industry because they want us to eat the bugs. I mean, we know that the abomination that was hatched in a lab, part of what it was doing to people was making them unable to smell and unable to taste, and which is a great way to keep people from knowing exactly what's going on around them, and especially what they're eating. I mean, you know, they could give you dung and call it chocolate. You wouldn't know until you tasted it. That it's too late. So, very, very much that is one of the goals is to for you to be disoriented, too disoriented to know what's going on. I have been getting pieces of meat that are weird at the store, and I'm just not gonna buy any. I wasn't thinking about it too much. There were some sales. I wasn't thinking about it too much. But then when I smell it, it doesn't smell right. It doesn't smell spoiled, but it doesn't smell like meat. So what the hell is it? Is it, and I'm expecting to hear, well, we'll ask some questions maybe, and see if we can get some answers. Maybe somebody out there has heard what's going on. We know that they have been trying to destroy the food supply. They want Hunger Games, apparently. That would be great because then they could have the world of Hunger Games, which was not good for us, I'll tell you, not good at all. So, it wouldn't be good for us, but it would be very good for elites. So, be very careful where anything is and I mean, I'm sure if they're doing it to meat, they're doing it to vegetables. They're doing stuff to vegetables. Come on, they're not going to let the vegetarians off the hook either. But this smelled weird, really weird. I mean, and it could be what I'm hearing. They are spraying cut pieces of meat with disinfectants. Yeah, literal disinfectants. So if you don't wash off any meat that you get, you're you're running a risk of ingesting these things. You know what I mean? They could be spraying other things. They could be spraying other things too that we've heard of. You know. So, hey Lewis, how you doing? So I'm smelling it and I'm going. I didn't smell rot, but I thought, is my nose going? But I tried to cook some of it. The texture was weird, and it tasted just a little. I didn't swallow. Sorry, but I didn't swallow. But no, I didn't swallow it, but I just kind of tasted it, chewed it up a little and tasted it. It's like, it doesn't taste right either. And I've had that happen with more than one now piece of meat. I think I'm going to be very, very careful. I don't think I'm going to get meat from a supermarket for a while, maybe for a long time. And I have run into the same thing with chicken and beef and lamb, off and on. It's weird. But the stuff that's been in my freezer for a while, when I thaw it out, has not been that bad. Not been weird. That's been in my freezer a long time. So I think this is fairly recent that something's changed. So if anybody knows or has heard what's been going on with that, I'm just warning you. I think what I'm seeing is extreme desperation. Everything's going to go full tilt. Everything's fixing to go full tilt. I mean, we're just months away. We're halfway through the year in June. And there is a certain president who is undergoing a trial, as you know, and in a place that is known to be corrupted. And will he get a fair trial? Doubtful. If he does, that will be great. But there was a speech by a famous actor, I'm sure you've heard, is by the name of Bobby D. Nero. And it was a train wreck. Absolutely a train wreck for this guy. It went so badly. He was blasting Donald. And it went so bad. And I saw it. I mean, it couldn't have gone, I don't see how it could have gone any worse. And I know they thought, he's a famous actor, he's very popular, he's synonymous with New York. You know, De Niro was a New York guy. But the more I listened to him, the more it's like he kept putting, Mr. T this and T that. And, it's like, had it all be true if you put the B name in there instead. But he wasn't. But you know what? There was a whole bunch of people that were crowding around, shouting him down. There was like a car alarm going off. There was people, saying, let's go, Brandon, only the obscene version of that, FUJB, loudly yelling. And he couldn't really get through. He was having a hard time. He was reading his speech. He wasn't just talking. He was reading his lines. And it was such a disaster. It really was bad. I mean, it just went over so badly. So, hey, let me make sure that we're not stuck. So there was a point, and I think it was a real low point for him. I mean, he was talking about a clown, and I kept seeing him with the red hair and the nose. I kept seeing it on him. because people were seeing him as the clown, saying, "Oh, you know, Tianu's clowns, and I guess we got room for clowns in New York, in my city." And it's like, this is my city, and it's like people are going, "No, it's not." It couldn't be worse. And I think the very lowest point of the speech was when he said, "And these guys behind me," he had a couple guys behind him, "and these guys behind me are big heroes because they came forward and they blew the whistle and they blah, 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 blah." And a reporter comes up and he goes, "Those two guys perjured themselves in court." And De Niro's like, "What?" Obviously, he hadn't heard. And it's like, "Yeah, those guys are criminals." And he said, "No, they're not criminals. They're heroes." Everybody's going, "No, they're not. Everybody knew they were perjured. They perjured themselves. They're freaking criminals." But De Niro didn't seem to know this. It was horrible. And so finally, he tried to finish. And I guess one guy was trying to find the rest of the speech at all of the news channels, and all the news channels cut away from him because it was just too painful to watch. It was just a train wreck. It was a train wreck, absolutely. And the crowd hated him. But they did get the crowd's reaction. And the crowd reaction was, this one guy was saying, "You're done in this town. You know what that means? You're done. You're finished." And I'm like, ooh, oh, oh, what does that mean in New York? Uh, You stink. You're done in this town. You're finished. And there's some speculation that he'll never work again. That was his last job, right? I hope he got paid really well, because the crowd, the audience was absolutely not having it. And the kind of anger they had at being lied to again, who can blame them, though? Who can blame them? I mean, their town is destroyed, practically. And here's some guy telling them, trying to gaslight them. And I really, it's sad. I've been in New York. My father loved New York. He took us to New York every now and then. The city is not for me, but it was very interesting. It was very amazing. It was nice to visit. I wouldn't want to live there, but it's become Helltown, for most of its inhabitants. And so something is brewing. And I don't think it's going to be great. I think that what might be trying to happen, what if, and this is just a what if well, before I do that, can somebody type something in the chat to let me know that it's not frozen? I'm going to wait a little bit, because the chat hasn't moved in a long time. And the last thing I see is Lewis saying, "Hey, D." So if you guys are typing more than that, I don't know if there's any way I can go out and come back in. Maybe I can go out and come back in and see if you're, if there's any more typed in there. Okay. Yes, you were frozen on my screen. I couldn't see what you were typing. Yeah, I missed a whole lot of what you were typing. I couldn't read it. It was frozen. Okay. Yep, missed a lot. Okay, let me go back here. World is about to turn over. Love you, D. That was the last thing that I saw. Stay strong in corruption. Okay, I saw that. Dream about a hurricane and you're in New York. Jackie had a dream of a hurricane. You know what? Yeah, I'm seeing some kind of a storm brewing. Hurricane dream. Boy, that's different. Yeah, it doesn't smell like real meat. Maybe it's not real meat. My husband cooks and was complaining that chickens aren't crisping like they always have. It's true. Something is wrong. Well, hey, I hate to tell you, but if they're doing it to meat, they're doing it to vegetables. You just haven't noticed yet. Um, if you don't upscale your meat buying, it gives a stomach ache. Yes, absolutely. Um, even easier, it's easier to do veggies. Well, do what you're guided to do, folks. Um, Lewis, you know what? I wouldn't be surprised if they resorted to that. I see them as being desperate and running around like a bunch of chickens with their heads cut off. Oh, yeah. By the way, in the thumbnail, you'll see one of my pictures of the skies, and if you tell me that's normal cloud, I'll tell you that you need your eyes checked. Uh, oh my God. Yeah, that's what I've heard too, Kitty, and I think it may be right. I think it may be. And the vegetables, that's what I'm hearing. Yeah, avocados that smell like trash, yes. I know the vegetables smell trashy. It's really weird. Yeah, I believe you, Angel Wings. See, off D, that's about what I'm about to talk about. Yeah, yes, Angel. Yeah, he's being heckled everywhere. He is. Yeah, he's a clown. He's the clown. Because I cannot get the camera, I can't get this thing to hold up the camera any other way. This is as close as I can get to straight. Which tells me that something, I think it's for a reason. I'm going to try and move it, but I'll show you what happens. It won't stay. I've tried everything to get it to stay. It won't stay. Nothing is making it. See, I can't do anything to get it to stay. If I'd known that it was going to be that way, I would have changed the orientation, but now they're not going to let me. Wait, okay. That's not bad, but if I move it, it's going to... I'm sorry, I'm going to have to be sideways. Maybe there's a reason I have to be sideways. I don't know. So, well, the stand that it's on is screwed up somehow again. I don't know how they always get screwed up. Or I don't understand it well enough to make it work right. Yeah, New Yorkers are brutal, and what they were saying to him. Ooh. Yep. Yep. Hi, Crystal Shaman. Hey, Crystal, haven't seen you out. Good to see you. We're all in this war, honey. And we knew. We knew. And if they jail Donald, how do you think it's going to go? Now, I think if they put him in cuffs and put him in jail, put him in prison, whatever, jail, wherever they take him to, you're going to have Secret Service to protect him. They won't be able to put him in a regular cell. But I'm pretty sure that the inmates are going to be nice to him because they identify, with the underdog in this case, I think. And, but I think what's going to happen now, and I know, the Trump fans are not really crazy. As a matter of fact, the other side is crazy. Lefties lose it on a regular basis. I mean, and threaten violence. And they're allowed to. They can get by with it. The Republicans cannot get by with anything like that. And some of those people for Trump aren't even Republican. They're just sick of the clowns, the clown show. And so I blessed the food, but you know what? It did not change the way it tasted, and it grossed me out, by the way. Everything is scripted, yeah. It seems to me like De Niro was reading his script not really that well. Yeah, I'm wondering if they're printing meat, if we've got printed meat there. Oh, Intergroup's been eating bugs, and they taste like bugs. They taste fine. They taste just like bugs. Well, good for you. But me, I think it might hurt my stomach. Yeah, it may offset the poison a bit, but I'd still... There's huge ships in the sky. Yes, there are. Yeah. Yeah, I know. Yeah, it does help. Yeah, we need to start growing. We really need to manifest our own freaking place. Or learn not to eat. Yeah, that's right. That's about where I'm at practically. Just saw a giant walking in the sky. Oh, well, that's interesting. Okay. Gee, Crystal, I didn't even know you were posting it. They aren't even telling me anything. Let me see if I can get to your channel and what status is. Oh, they unsubscribed me. No wonder. That's awfully nice of them. Okay, I'm resubscribed now. Jeez. Did anybody else have a channel that they're posting on? Who has a channel that they're posting on? Okay. I'm glad this is going to be a private video as soon as it's over. Okay. Cool. Yeah, I've done that before, and then the hunger goes away, and I might have to do that too. I might have to do that for a while. Okay, what I think is going to happen is if they do him dirty, if they do Donnie dirty, which they probably will, it's a very good chance, then that's going to give them a way to say, oh yes, he's been convicted. He's a convicted felon. And which changes his status considerably. But here's the thing. I think some alphabet agencies are going to be involved. And I think they're going to try an operation, if you get my drift. I don't think it will be real MAGAs doing this. I think there will be an alphabet agency. If things go down the way they look, I think it'll be an alphabet agency to blame. And if it is, though, if this happens, they will be found out. And that will be, either way, it would be a huge thing. Even just him being imprisoned would be a huge thing. But if they're also planning some kind of operation, like they did on the 6th of the first month, which I'm sure that's what that was, then they're going to try and push it over the top. You know, it's going to be very over the top. If you're anywhere in New York City at that time, I wouldn't be. I wouldn't be. Yeah, I know. They're already saying convicted felon, and he's... What happened to guilty, innocent until proven guilty? It's not guilty till proven innocent. Yeah, I'm intermittent fasting right now. Yeah. So you know that's what they're probably planning. No, Christ didn't say that, Mark. No, he didn't say that. However, I know that there are some veggies that'll try and make you believe that Jesus said all kinds of things like that, and yet he blessed fishes and loaves, not vegetables, not avocados and wheatgrass, okay? It's right in the book. But, no, we don't have this sort of stomach. You can look it up. You need a stomach like a cow if you're going to eat grass. We cannot take the nutrients from grass. Our stomachs are not set up for it. It is not what we are made for. Wow, it sort of sounds like the vague ones have really, really misinformed you. And they do that. They are a cult. The vague ones are a cult. The vegans and the vogons, there's not much difference. I'm sorry, they're a cult. Um, so, yeah, blockchain digital money. No, that's not going to work anyway. Well, don't try and eat it. It's not going to work for you. Even when you eat wheatgrass, they have to extract the juice out of it in order for it to be any good for you. So you can't just eat wheatgrass. Mm-hmm. Oh, crystal shaman. Uh, Another tick-borne disease. Is it a new one or is it the same old one? Okay. I think I am definitely gonna have a little garden in my place somehow. Yeah, we need to rise above this. Oh, the Mormons, oh dear. They're not as innocent as they seem. I'm not even going to go into the Mormons right now, but there's a lot more to the Mormons. Hey, Max Vision, how you doing, John? Yeah, there are some vegetables that are actually more bioavailable when you cook them, and raw big ones will not admit that. But it's a cult. Yeah, we need to use our superhuman abilities. And what, you need to try grass? Okay, give it a shot. Let us know. But we ain't cows. We don't have like a 4-part stomach or whatever. But but I know Jesus did not say that. But they'll say that Jesus said anything. I don't know. They're kind of crazy. I'm sorry. I have friends who are raw vegans, but they're nuts. I'm sorry. They're freaking nuts. It's a cult. That, you cannot live without B12. I've seen so many of them get really sick without B12. You don't get B12 from grass. You don't get it from vegetables. You cannot live without it. Sorry. Why is it made that way? Take it up with the creator then, you know? I mean, my vague one friends, take it up with the creator. You believe in a creator? It somebody's design? Go to the designer and complain. Go to the designer and complain. Don't complain to me. I'm just telling you. I watched my helper make herself sick. She stopped taking her B12. I watched her fall over. It'll last you for a while if you have some stored up in your system. Eventually, after a while, and you deplete that, you're going to be sick. And you can mess yourself up pretty bad. Yeah, I know, Crystal. The blockchain digital ledger is to make it impossible to live. Yeah, I hear that our teeth, no, they don't. They don't look anything like a cow. Do you know that a cow doesn't have any, has just like a gristly cartilage here, and then molars back here. And teeth down here, cartilage here, molars back here. Our teeth look nothing like a cow's, except for the molars. Nothing like a cow. We have incisors, we have canine teeth, we have all of the different kinds of teeth because obviously we're equipped for anything. Almost anything. We will wear down our incisors with time. So it's not like a rat. The rats are made for gnawing. The rat teeth, they keep growing. We don't have that, but we do have incisors. We have canine teeth. Why do you think they call them canine teeth? But don't get me onto this. I mean, seriously, this is for another time. Find out for yourself, though, please. Find out for yourself. Our teeth are more close to a bear than a cow. A distiller would help. The mark of the beast, it could be, but I really feel like all of those events described in the Bible already happened, and that's another show. You got excommunicated from the Mormon church. I'm not saying Mormons are all bad or anything, or anybody is all bad. Most people, some of them are actually good, and some of them are bad, and some of them are just like everything. Yeah, when people say distilled water tastes horrible, it's because you're tasting the inside of your mouth. Distilled water has no flavor, okay? So it's, now Paul has one of the best things is an RO filter, reverse osmosis, but he also has minerals that you can put back into the water to make it taste nice and fresh like good water, which I recommend if you can do that. Do that. Well, what they do with wheatgrass to get the nutrients out of it is, yeah, they have to extract the juice. And the bulk, I mean, you might be okay if you use some kind of extraction process and use the juice. Now, that is possible. But I know they didn't have extractor. Well, no, I don't know it. We don't know what they had for sure. We've been told all the wrong stuff, right? Our history is BS, largely. We don't know what they had for sure. We think we might know, but do we really know? We're not even sure how really long this was for sure, because the Vatican has screwed with the calendar. So we're not even sure how long ago this was. But, in any event, I doubt they had an extractor for wheatgrass in those days. And like I said, at the wedding, which probably was the wedding between Yeshua and Miriam, another fact you won't, another thing they won't admit to, they had loaves and fishes and wine. And none of those things are made from grass, unless you take the long way, I guess, very long way. Let's see. What did you do off the hook? Oh dear, oh yeah. Yeah. I'm so sorry to hear that, dear. I wouldn't either. Yeah, if you can get spring water, real spring water from a real spring, but if you get it in a bottle, it's questionable. Good for you. Good for you, Hook. Yeah, we are the blockchain. Yeah, that's another show, right? Hello, Melody Klein.
How you doing? Yeah, yeah. Well, I know we can last a while without eating. I know that's possible. It's harder, though, without water. Well, yeah, we think their food was pure no GMOs, and that would make a whole of difference. As a matter of fact, before all of this GMO stuff, people were a lot thinner and a lot healthier. And a lot, and before all the pesticides and stuff. Before all that crap happened, people were thinner and healthier and stronger. Yeah, it's just a fact. Well, yeah, they want everybody's they want to be able to shut you on and off. Right. They want to be able to shut your income on and off. They want to be able to threaten you with um, complete shunning from the system if you stray out of line. Right. Yeah, there's something about that they're gonna fail. Yeah. Yeah, water is harder to live without. Um, we're gonna have to do a lot of cleansing. We're gonna have to use our superpowers. Blood sugar levels and yeah, that's another thing. That's TV came in really heavy. All of that, and around that time is when stuff started happening, and they started really toxifying us. No, who's with me? I mean, in the discussion that they're probably going to try an alphabet agency operation if they convict Mr. T. I want to I want to know what you guys think of that. Yeah. And you know what? And it's funny because even at that, my blood panels are still perfect. So they called me to congratulate me. Yeah, you gotta be as organic as possible, as clean as possible. I drink organic milk. I might be able to get by with drinking milk. Organic milk. That might be something I have to go to. And maybe wild caught fish, maybe. I already eat wild caught fish now. Um, I may have to become pescatarian. Wild caught fish. Oh, Crystal Shaman, I'm so sorry to hear that happen to you. Yeah, I'm not trying to scare people. It sounds dark what I'm saying. But the reason I'm telling you is because I know that we can do something about it. I know we're part of the immune system of the earth. And I know that we can intend that things go differently. We, we can intend that we don't have to eat grass, or go hungry, or be poisoned, or eat printed meat, or we can intend that things go differently. But we have to be real certain about it. I would say don't get sucked into believing that the way that it's being handed to us is the way that we got to take it. Because we don't got to take it. Angel and I saw who's behind us the other night. We got some very heavy hitters standing behind us, helping us out. But we have got to learn to drive our ship, you know? We have got to learn to steer our ship, set our course and steer our ship. We have to. And that means using the abilities we've been given. That means using our brains, you know, using our skills, using our intel that we get, using our ability to get the downloads. I think they're going to pull out every single stop that they can to cause pandemonium, every kind of pandemonium possible. Whether altercations of all kinds, they're going to pull out the race card, they're going to pull out the rainbow card, they're going to pull out every kind of card that they can pull out. Any crazy damn thing that their crazy minds can think of, okay, because they're freaking desperate. And what I see like is I see them like thrashing around, like you pull a fish up out of water and it's like, you know, it can't breathe. It's getting that desperate now. It's like how crazy things get when they think they're going to die, because they are dying. You know, in that respect, this is something that's got to die because it cannot sustain itself. It can't sustain itself. It's not sustainable. You have tissue inside your body that you're allergic to. Holy cow. Oh. Cool. That's good, Angel Wings. Yeah, see, Russiagate was entirely, all of that stuff from Hillary was entirely debunked. They've debunked everything that Biden has said, every single story. You know what? He cannot even tell the truth anymore. But I don't think that's Biden. I think one of the reasons he gets all the facts wrong about Biden's life, that ain't him. He's making it all up. Whoever that is making it all up. They don't know. They have no clue. They have no clue about Biden's life. They're just making it up as they go along. I think they hired some kind of really good bullshitter. And, you know, some people are, to play the role of Biden. And he just makes stuff up on the fly. All kinds of stuff. You know, one of those psychopathic liars. But I hope you are feeling better soon. Yeah. How can all these people perjure themselves in federal court and not be in prison? Anybody else would be in prison so fast and make your head spin. That's where people got to wake up. Now, here's another thing. Some people are talking about RFK. Oh, he's not a bad guy. And actually, even Paul was talking about RFK. But RFK believes in late-term abortion. Yeah. Third trimester abortion. He believes in gender reassignment surgery for kids. with their parents' permission. I mean, this isn't, you know, gender reassignment surgery is not like going down and having a beer or getting a tattoo or all things that you can't do when you're a kid, right? Legally. But people do it anyway. Oh, but yeah, gender reassignment surgery, something that could ruin you for life. And they're not going to tell you the consequences of it. Sure, they're not. They want to do the surgery. Yeah, you can just get that. They want people to just be able to, people who are not old enough to vote, not even old enough to get a tattoo, but you can decide to have gender reassignment surgery. Are you knuckin' futs? It is kookiest and very cruel. Oh yeah, they have to have immunity. Oh boy. Yeah, they're hiding the consequences, but Jazz isn't hiding it. Jazz was speaking out about it, but funny, Jazz is kind of off the scene now. Jazz is the one that was so open about it. Haven't seen much of Jazz lately. So, but was very open that they weren't happy with the way it turned out at all. And, of course, it's another way of sterilizing people. They don't know, and they don't even tell them that they're never going to have a natural child. Why? Because they're planning on selling them designer babies later on down the road. They've already got that lined up. Designer babies. He had a worm that ate into part of his brain. Well, you know what? I hate to tell you, but I kind of believe it. I sure believe it. Yeah, but you can have a baby. What the heck? I mean, I understand if you get graped, and that's terrible because the grapes are actually a wonderful fruit and very good for you, especially the Concord kind. The old folks say they can stop a cold, but if you get graped, and I don't believe that we have to outlaw it across the board. I don't think that's right. There should be some times when it should be allowed, but you gotta have some freaking sense. I mean, can you imagine the people that they're talking about not just late term, they're talking about full term. And they're talking about post-birth, which is basically infanticide. And I'm thinking, what next? Why don't you just set up a little kiosk to ball, right, or whatever, right next door, to make it a lot easier for people? It's like, here you go. It's just your one-stop shop then, right? It's right there in the clinic. Have your little shrine to ball or whatever, whoever you're donating the baby to. Might as well. But on the other hand, if you get graped and you're a young person, well, you need some help. You don't need to be stepped on. It's horrible. Oh, Hook, I am so sorry all that happened to you. But I'm glad that you were brave and held your ground. And a worm ate into his brain. That was In the Wall. That was Pink Floyd. And the worms ate into his brain. Yeah. And the other one was Clinton, George Clinton, Maggot Brain. For I have tasted of the maggots of the mind and realized, as he goes into this speech in the very beginning of this long instrumental part, that I had to rise above it all or drown in my own shit. And you know what? He's right. We have to rise above it all. We have to rise above it all. It's the only way. We're going to have to rise above all this. Hello, I am Pam. So, the reason I'm doing the show once again is it was like there was a sense of urgency that we have to discuss this. And we have to keep on our guard. And we really need to use our superpowers, okay? Which aren't superpowers, they're really our natural abilities that everybody should have. I mean, 100%. That's what they are. They're natural abilities that we should have, that we've been kept away from. But we need to use them. That's no joke, okay? So whatever abilities you got, it's time for you to pull them out and dust them off and get them ready, because it's a-coming, and it's a-coming in fast. And I don't think it's going to be pretty for a while. In fact, I think, but I promise you this, 100%, I got a promise on this. Not one thing that they do will come to what they want it to come to. Not one thing that they do will work out the way they want it to. Not one thing, not even one. So take heart. Nothing they do will ever work quite right, quite the way they want. So don't worry so much about that. We just worry about doing our part, okay? We mitigate the damage as much as we can. There are going to be many people go down for crimes against humanity, definitely crimes against children, crimes against women, crimes against everything. Exactly, Hook. And yeah, RFK now fits into a Pink Floyd song. Wow. Isn't that amazing? I'm so glad. Consortium of individuals. Yeah! Criminal consortium of individuals have committed every crime imaginable on us while trying to invent new ways to make crimes against innocent people. And Eldberry to get by with it, too. But, you know, these people need... We know that these people aren't people. Not really. Not like you and I. Not quite. They're people who basically have been eaten by a bug. Okay, so... It's not good. It's not good, folks. Jared Kushner is Damon from... I don't know who Jared Kushner is, but he could be, as far as I know. And you know what the funny thing is about 666? Enlil called us the beasts. That's our number. That's the number of us. Humanity. Enlil called us the beasts. The noisy beasts. So it is said. And so it is written. So that's really actually our number. It's not the devil's number. Although people have been using it that way. And they seem to think that it is some kind of devil number. When actually it is an angel number. And you can look it up. Oh dear. So, anyway, I have my pendulum. If anybody has questions, we can try the pendulum, see if we can get any answers about any of this. First of all, the biggie, the big thing in the room. Now it's going to look really funny because I'm going to hold this up and say, okay, you ready to work? Okay, show me yes. Show me no. Okay, Cowboy is a cute little dog. No, he's not. Good. Okay. So, I'm letting you see the calibration. Okay. Are they gonna try an alphabet organization operation? Oh, yes, they definitely are. They're gonna send storms. Yes, they definitely are. Oh, yeah. Okay, I hold it down here and I put my arm pretty tight to my side so it can't move around. I'm just going to tell you what it is doing. Okay, it's moving side to side, which is no. So, and then it's swinging around, charging up. Okay, are we going to have you mean, I think you probably mean the EMP, right? Are we going to have an EMP that shuts everything down? Yes. Looks like yes, as of right now. Okay, is it, okay, stop. Is it going to come in June? No. Okay, so that's not what's coming in June. But it's likely to come within the next few years? No. No, there's no big EMP that shuts everything down coming in the net just in the immediate future. But it is coming. Yes, absolutely. It is absolutely on the way. Just not soon. Or at least according to the pendulum. And you know, time is relative. So, are they going to try detonating a nuke in New York? It looks like no. Are they going to try a riots, burnings, that kind of thing? Yes. They're going to try like a J6 type thing. Okay, and they're going to blame, yeah, they're going to blame it on T. Okay, I understand, Crystal. Take care, honey. Uh, we're going to send energy your way a little later, too, okay? I'm going to play the drum and we'll be sending energy out to people. Okay, so they're not going to detonate a nuke. Are they going to try to detonate a nuke in New York City? No. Oh, good. Thank you. Good. Because, you know, just because they don't doesn't mean they're not going to try. But no, they're not going to try that yet. Water tampering. Are they tampering with our water right this minute? Yes. Already they have been tampering with the water. Are they going to shut off our water supply? No. Are they going to try to shut off our water? Yeah, they will try, but they will not be successful. They will not be successful. Hey, Richard the Red. Aloha. Aloha, all my soul family. All my ohana. You know, I send the love out. Okay, are there any other things that we're asking about? Remember, it's a pendulum. Things can change. But just general, the way that the energy is going right now. So basically what they're just wanting is the most mayhem possible. Yes, basically. They're going to just try and incite violence and then have a lot more charges that they're going to bring him up on inciting violence, blame it all on, you know, Trump. Say it's all his fault because everything is, even though Joe's been in for 3 years. Everything is always Trump's fault, so, you know, whatever they can do that's screwed up, they'll blame it on Trump, so. Yeah, the thing is, if you can move out of the city, move out of the city. If you are near a coastline, I'd also be very careful. Okay, New Madrid. That's a good question. Is New Madrid going to be a problem next month? No. No. But I get the feeling, not yet. But it will be a problem in the future. Yes, there is a future where it will be a problem, but not yet. I would say, yeah, be very careful where you're living. You might want to rethink, you know, you might want to think about where you're living. Are we going to lose a lot of our coastlines? Is that going to happen anytime in the next, like, 5 years? Okay, it's going in a circle, which means there's too many variables, or we're asking the wrong question. Is our coastlines here in America going to change very markedly and rapidly within the next 5 years? No. Oh, okay. Maybe somewhat, but not very definite. No. No, that's not going to happen yet. Okay, but they're going to try and use storms, right? And stop and keep attacking our food. Stop. But they'll be found out and tried. hopefully. It's weak, but yes, there's a possibility of that. People are going to go on trial for that. Okay, now it's swinging much better now that I'm asking that. People are going to go on trial for poisoning us through our food and water and everything. We're going to see that. We're going to see that in our lifetime. Okay, stop. What else? Yeah, and the coastlines, are they going to be, the coastline's going to be kind of dangerous because of the storms? Yes, they are. They are. Uh, take care, Crystal Shaman. Well, it doesn't look like it's going to be, if anything happens with it, it's not going to be a big problem. So, will there be a problem in this June, as is coming up now with the new Madrid fault line? No. Will something big and surprising happen on October 25th of this year? Yes! Really big and surprising, because it's swinging like nobody's business. Out of the ocean rises a benevolent guardian. I'm not sure what that means. Better energy. Superman finally arrives. Lewis becomes a Jedi. I swear I am not Darth Vader. See? Didn't work. Okay. We become the planet of the apes. I think that's already happened. The sun. Okay. The sun. Okay. Is our sun going to do anything very dangerous or unusual in June? Yes. We're going to have, stop, increased solar activity. We're going to have increased solar activity, yes. So, we're going to have these enormous waves coming in June. Oh, yes. And amazing cosmic energies, I'm hearing, yes. And light codes are coming in. Okay, light codes are coming in. Our new light codes coming in for us via the sun, yes. And we're getting them via the sun activity. The sun activity is corresponding to the light codes, actually. Okay. Will the northern lights be visible in San Diego again within this year? Yes. I think we're going to have some big old CMEs. I really think the Planet of the Apes already happened once. Okay, and more solar storms. There you go. We're going to have solar, okay. It's a bunch of solar storms. Abso-freaking-lutely we are. Abso-freaking-lutely a bunch of solar storms. Okay, I think I'm hearing that actually, I hope this gives you hope. Because the sun loves us and is actually trying to help us. How about them apples? The sun is helping us. How? You're gonna like this. I think you're gonna like this. The sun is screwing with their instruments and their weapons. How about that? Them CMEs, they're not just screwing with us. They're screwing with them really bad. Thank you. Thank you so much. We should thank the sun. Thank you. Thank you, dear sun, for helping us with that issue. Yes, the sun itself. Thank you. That makes me feel so much better. It makes me really feel a lot better. Yeah, our solar system is not happy with the way things have gone, and they're actually taking some matters into their own hands. The planets and the sun. Yeah, you know, the planets have personalities too. In fact, nature is kind of pissed off as well. Not exactly pissed off, but you know, nature likes a balance. And this is very unbalanced energy. So you know that it's going to try and balance it out. Yeah. So I am to tell you, so many people have our backs. There will be people who will be lost in this. But it won't be because they never had a chance. Okay? And many will be saved. And most of us who keep ascending are going to have a much easier time. In fact, I'm hearing that we can vibrate ourselves right out of this. We can raise our frequencies right out of the really bad stuff. We can raise our frequencies enough that we have a different fate. And I have already told you, in your area, you can affect your area. I do mine. I take care of my area. You take care of your areas. And see how far you can spread that, because I think if everybody that had the ability to do so just took care of their area, it would be a huge monkey wrench in their works, okay? How are you going to beat that? Okay. You know what, off the hook, I must argue with that. Mother Earth is not sick of us. She loves us. And she told me so. Gee, that sounds very good, Angel Wings. No. Look. Please believe I do talk to Mother Earth. She doesn't hate us. She's not going to shake us off like fleas. That's fear. That's fear-mongering talking to you. That's what they want you to believe. She just wants balance. She loves us as much as any of her other children, not more, not less. And she will take us with her in her ascension. Remember, she's ascending. She's happy to take us along. Does that sound like she hates us? She doesn't hate us. She's a mother. She loves us. But she can't allow everybody to run crazy, can she? And there's some things she has to do for her own sake to help her body. It's like chiropractic adjustments or something, okay? There are some things she has to do to stay well because people are trying to make her sick. Only they aren't really people. Yeah, the collagen is the good part. Yeah, that's the best part. Yeah, and you know what? Am I drilling? Are you drilling? We're not drilling. Somebody is. We're going to get... It's not going to be that long before we have the new technologies. Of course, not that long, in galactic time. What does that mean? But, and in the time, I mean, it's very hard to, there at least I'm a little more centered. But really, please, I ask you to please consider all of the programs that make you think that nature's against you, Mother Earth's against you. They're programs to make you feel unloved, unworthy, worthless, responsible for somebody else's bullshit. And you're not. We. Who's we? Not me. Not me. I want a sustainable community. That's what I want. That is what I'm intending. Am I drilling? No, I'm not. Are you? No, you're not. Is that what you want? Is that your will? No, it's not. Then it's not you. Quit saying it's you. Quit saying we're doing this and we're doing that. We aren't. Okay, we are not. Somebody is, though. Now, unhealed part of our human psyche. Yes. Yes. Unhealed part of the human psyche is doing this. But don't feed into this bit about you're unworthy, it's all your fault, we're killing the planet. That's bullshit. We can't kill Earth. We can't do it. We wouldn't be allowed. Even if we could, we wouldn't be allowed to. There are much more powerful, there are powers that would not allow that. Okay, it's just not allowable. But we are pissing in the pool. But not you and me, really, so much. Now, see, I even did it there, and this is the way we've been taught, and it's all wrong. I'm not pissing in the pool. I'm doing the most I can. Most of us are doing all we can to try and do the right thing. Why should we take credit for somebody else's bullshit? I ain't gonna. Fuck them. Yeah. Me, I have to take a shower sometimes just to, yeah, just to get the energies off of me and to feel better. Just let me, let me go do that. Let me go there and, oopsie. Okay, I didn't go where I thought I was going. Oh well. Um, I don't think humans are. You know what? I don't think they're really humans. Are you taking what? Are you taking off now, Hook? Okay. Have a good night, love. Please think more highly of yourself. You know that you're not responsible for this of and by yourself. Only in that we're part of the human collective, but honestly, we are the imaginational selves that are going to bring the changes that are needed to heal this. You know, in the caterpillar, when it becomes goo, there arises these cells called imaginational cells, and they are cells that never existed before that goo. I think we're in the goo period. But they're called imaginational cells, and they're the ones that create the butterfly. We are the imaginational cells, okay? We're the ones imagining the butterfly. Remember that. It's our job. That's part of our job, folks. We're imagining the butterfly. We're going to have goo for a while. Do you think that's fun for the caterpillar? It's being chemically ripped apart, turned into chemicals again. I don't know what it's like, but yeah, I'm thinking it might be kind of uncomfortable. That's the best metaphor I can come up with. Good night, Hook. Take care of yourself. Before you go to sleep, please imagine a better future so that you can be building it as you sleep. We've all got to do that. We have all got to do that. Jeez. If you want to live in the 5D, we're building the 5D, okay? We're building it. We're the architects of the 5D. We're building it with frequency and vibration. If you want to get there faster, build faster. Spend your energy thinking about what could be. Okay? That is across the board the advice from the guides is spend your energy working on and thinking about and designing what you want, what you could have, what we could have, which is beautiful. And before you go to sleep at night, or whenever you go to sleep, think about that. Think about what do we want in this beautiful new place? What do we want to see? What do we want to create? I know it's been said before, it might be a bit boring. It's not as much fun, not as much of a thrill ride as thrills and chills and spills. But the truth is, we are the architects of 5D. So it's going to be as good as your imagination. Okay? It's only going to be as good as our imagination, so let's imagine well. That's why I say create well and wisely. Okay? I'm not trying to be flip when I say that. So Project Sky Falls. Hello, dear. Aloha Hook. Uh, okay, so really I've told you pretty much what I wanted to tell you. We'll discuss it more another time. I might come on at random times. Now, I might come on as soon as something hits me that, hey, you should say something. I'll show you some of my pictures in the meantime. That I found. Here's one that's a piece of art, actually. That's my artwork. This is also some artwork. Photo. This is kind of this is photo manipulated, but I thought it turned out rather well. Some of these are photo manipulation. A lot of labyrinth there. I was on labyrinth at that moment. This is not my picture. I just thought it was cool. Okay, I don't know whose it was. I found it somewhere. I just thought, what a cool cat picture. Let's see what else I got here. Oh yes, this is a nice one. This is a piece of art I found online. Lovely piece of Egyptian art. Oh, this one, I love it. There is no spoon, but there are cat treats. Fortunately, there are cat treats. Oh, here's a good one. How about that looking down at you? Orange cat. Yeah, these are mostly not what I was hoping to find, but here are some of my photographs. All I got is a photograph. I wanna touch you. Photograph. There. Of course, photo manipulated. It's the trees talking to each other. This is downtown Kent. At sunset one night, one evening. That's downtown Kent from the hill. You see something of where I live. This is a picture from my backyard. Photo manipulated a little bit with a filter, but it's a real tree in my real backyard. And this is a real house in my real hometown. A little bit photo manipulated, but it is originally a photo. It's from a photo. This is also a photo. This is a photo from the inside of the soup kitchen in town. This is a photo from behind our local Mark's store. And that is not a waterway, it's a mud puddle. Told you we were watery here. This is what we call a mud puddle. Yep, that thing looked like you could paddle down it. That's what we call a mud puddle here. Okay, and here is our sky out the back. That is my photograph. All I got is a photograph. There's a storm coming in at sunset out back. Here is one of my sky photos. Probably there's something in there, but I don't remember. I mean, there's almost always something in these photos. Let me tell you something, those stereoptograms, if you unfocus your eyes and look up at the clouds at a cloud bank, you're going to start to see pictures. You can definitely see pictures. Now this is, again, I took this photo and then I manipulated it to look really old, like back in the 50s. I think it turned out really well. There's, oh, that one again. That's out back. Beautiful sunset we had out back. This one I call Nike. It goes that way, but it kind of looked like the Nike symbol. Just a strange little cloud drifting by looking like a check mark, kind of. And there's the sun almost completely down over the mud puddle. And some of these are, once again, the same trees out back, photo manipulated. This is in a coffee shop. I keep forgetting, I gotta put it that way if I want it to be straight. That's one of my photos. Manipulated a little bit. This is one of my beautiful crystals. It's a moon-shaped, beautiful moon-shaped, what is this? Ruby zoisite. This is my picture of my snake vertebra, or vertebra, some kind of vertebra. Fossil. Just kind of an art picture. Another version of that one I showed you. Oh, I call this one, You're Missing Marbles. You know, just in case you want them back. This was at a Chinese restaurant, of course. I saw a werewolf at a Chinese restaurant. His hair was perfect. I love that line. Well, isn't it? There's something in that song about werewolves of London. His hair was perfect. I call this one Crying Eyes. Because that's an onion. Okay, looking at you. You know what? I had a friend who would say, I won't eat anything with eyes that ever had eyes. And I'm there like, oh, well, I certainly can't give you this onion. Now, the funny thing about this one, I don't know if you can read it, but it has a sign. Look at the conditions. It has a sign that says for lease. and a number. And then I showed you this one last night. And if you tell me that's just nothing but a cloud, a normal cloud pattern, or even smoke pattern, I will tell you that there is something wrong with your head. Because that is not. Okay. Okay. And there's my pictures. So, give you a little bit more time to chat there. Because I know you guys love to chat with each other. Before I go off, but I am getting ready to go off. I didn't plan on making this very long. I just, when I get these things happen, I'm just going to come on, and I don't care if it's coming out or if it's not coming out. If I'm coming out sideways, well then I'm coming sideways, I guess. But I think from now on what I'm going to do is I'm just going to have it going the other way. I'm just going to have it going the horizontal way and not keep fighting this arm. I really bought it to do, maybe it's telling me I got to start doing, I really bought it to be able to do card readings, you know, so it's down, you know, looking at the cards. So I don't know, maybe it's kind of saying, hey, you need to get back to that. So, okay. I love you. Please, you know, give me a thumbs up if you like the show. Suggest it to your friends and call people in when you can. Hello, Scotty boy. Where the hell have you been? You want me to kick your butt? Do you want me to kick your butt? Come on, you know you do. Okay. And I love you guys. Aw, that's okay. I will mark it unless I will put it in our, I will put the link in our community tab so you can find it. Okay? Make it unlisted and put it in our community tab. That way you can see it if you want to see it, because it is kind of important. But remember, you are divine. You have the power to change all of this. You need to start thinking better of yourselves. Gosh. What is your inner child thinking? Would you treat a child the way you treat yourself? Would you talk to them the way you talk to yourself? Your inner child is just crying, some of you. Wanting some love. Will you please shower some love on yourself? And think better of yourself. You know you are not the problem. You're not the cause of all the world's problems. Don't let them sell you that. You're better than that. And I really think without the bad influence, that humans in general will be better than that. I really do. I really think that the influence is why we get into so much trouble. I really think without that, we would have a very good chance of having a wonderful society. So, and people could argue, but hey. So, but that's the way I see it. And probably the reason I came here is because I looked at what's going on here and I said, you know what? If they weren't getting constantly fucked with, they'd probably be okay. That's what it looks like. If we weren't constantly getting fucked with here, we'd be okay. Because by and large, most people just want to have a good life, you know, have a few beers with their friends, You know, put something on the grill and have good food, and you know, watch the grass grow, maybe do some sports, maybe play some games, maybe do, you know, but they sure don't want to go to war. I mean, I don't think it's normal for people to want to go to war. I think you have to be kind of twisted somehow, you know, to want that. But that's just me. Anyway, love y'all. Hello, Dolly. Goodbye, Dolly. We'll see you next time, hopefully. I don't know when that is. Like I said, I'm just going to come in randomly whenever this stuff hits me. And it says, no, you got to get it out there before it's, you know, out of my head. And I forget about it. Okay, I'm glad I brought it up. I hope it helps somebody. Love you all. I'm going. It's okay, sweetheart. It's okay. I might be on, like I said, at random times. I may be on a little bit tomorrow. I don't know. We'll see. Something comes up that I need to talk to you about. I need to tell you. It was warnings tonight. It was like, you got to say something before June. June's going to be wild. Buckle up. Or strap yourself to your surfboard. Whichever one suits you better. Because it's going to be a wild ride, okay? Don't forget your airbags, okay? It's going to be crazy. Love you very much. See you later.